Hi, and welcome to your energy art reading for the 15th to the 21st of July. My name is Vicky Paul, and I'm an intuitive artist, and I use art to connect with spirit and channel energy for growth, guidance, for your well-being, and to help you with clarity. These are general readings, so please do take what resonates. And I'm going to do something a little different this week. I've brought through 6 general energies that you need to be aware of this week, but I've also channeled a specific symbol for love, for sort of money, career and finance, and then just something that'll help you this week, something that you need to know. So make sure you stick around because I'm going to be doing them at the end of the reading. So let's crack on. The first symbol that came through was of someone reading a big book. Now, this energy feels like you. It feels that you are looking at your book of life and not just looking at the book of your life, really studying it. And it almost felt that this was this lifetime and past lifetimes. It is a huge book about your life, your all of lifetimes. And it's something that you're studying to really understand who you are, what you need to know, and what it is that has been happening, why it's been happening, and what you want to let go of and what you want to understand to help you move. It feels more easily into your future. And you'll notice that I have drawn this kind of blue turquoise color at the top. And this is a real deep dive of knowledge. And it felt like this was the aura color. So I feel that you're going to be studying this kind of book, and in inverted commas, the book of life, of your life rather. And it's going to be giving you a huge insight this week in terms of that wisdom that you've been seeking, that understanding that you've been looking for, that clarity that has eluded you so far. But it's going to take a bit of effort because you'll see that it's a pretty big book. You know, it's a huge book, and you are almost holding it up and just really studying. And I see the image of you sort of turning the pages as you really spend time reading the words and getting sucked into the story of this book. And you know, when you read a good book and you just can't put it down, and you really visualize the characters in your mind's eye, and it begins to really come to life, and you can get really quite engaged. And actually, sometimes when I have got a good book and it's finished, it makes me feel a wee bit flat. It almost feels that this is what you're going to be doing. Not that you're going to be feeling flat, but if you give yourself the time and the space to really study your life story, you will get a lot of clarity this week about everything from why things have happened to you, what your gifts are, what you're here to share with the world, and actually where you're going to go. And it feels like there's been situations that have been happening recently and in the past that you haven't fully understood why. I feel that if you give yourself the time and energy this week, you're going to get answers to that. The next symbol that I got was of a tulip or a flower. Now you'll notice that all the sort of petals are closed, and this feels very much that something is going to burst and going into full bloom for you this week, which is a really lovely energy. It's that moment where there's a huge amount of growth, and you'll see this vibrant green stalk. So there's a lot of growth this week in terms of you, what it is that you want to achieve, and it's definitely attached to this life, this book about your life, and it feels that things are just about to blossom for you. So I want to say that it feels for some of you things have been a little stagnant, or you've been really patient with things for quite some time, and you're on that cusp of everything just coming into full bloom. All that hard work, all that effort, all that energy, all that patience, all that nurturing, all that love is just about to burst into bloom. And because I'm seeing these sort of pinks and red colors, it feels that this is associated with the root chakra, but also with the heart chakra. So this is as much about the projects, the places, the peoples, the situation, the energy that not only makes you feel safe, but makes you feel loved and desired and what you desire and where you belong. And you'll notice that there's 4 points to the petal. So this is going to be relevant. The number 4 is going to be relevant here. And the number 4 could well be that it is something that involves, and I think if memory serves, we talked about 4 in the last week's reading. So this could very well be connected to that energy. And I can almost see this blossoming happening rather than the whole petal or the whole flower, all the blooms coming together. It feels like it's going to sort of one petal at a time, and it's going to be this sort of unfolding, then another unfolding and another unfolding. The next energy that I received was an old-fashioned candelabra. And it feels that with the cross here and then the sort of center one, it feels that you are at a crossroads. You're also seeking direction in life. So this energy is very much about seeking direction, being at a crossroads, and having that illuminated for you because the candles are lit. But I also get the sense of things not being fully illuminated with this particular energy, because I have a vision of this candelabra sitting on a table, you know, in the 15th or 16th century, where it was the only light that there was available. So the room would have been darker than it would be had we had electricity. So I feel that there is still a little clarity still to come with this. So whilst you are at a crossroads, it feels that understanding is just beginning to light the way. And I'm getting shown to pick this up as well. So I think this is very much related, these two energies. The other energy that I'm receiving with this is one of social gatherings and people coming together. And it may well be that this is something that this project or this sort of crossroads that you're at needs to have a bit more lightness around it. You know, when we have a social gathering and everybody's around the table and they're chatting and they're eating and they're drinking, you know, they're having a good time, it feels that kind of energy needs to be brought into this decision that you're at, this crossroads that you're at, because I feel at the moment for some of you, you're very much, I don't even want to say irritated, that's the wrong word, but frustrated or just not happy with the fact that you can't make a decision. It feels like you're going in one direction and then you're stopping and going in the other direction. Then you're going in this direction and it's that direction. And it almost feels, it doesn't feel like you're all over the place. It feels that you're going bouncing back and forward from different options, as it were. And I feel that this is also about trying to find your center because of this center candle here. So things are going to beginning to get, you're going to find a bit of clarity. It's going to sort of light the way a bit more this week for you in terms of which crossroad to take. And you'll notice that there's two of the sort of candelabras are slightly, excuse me, slightly shorter than the other two. It's pretty good that I don't normally swear, but there you go. That's a bit of a tongue twister. So I feel that there's an imbalance with this. So I want you to bring that center back in and find out not what decision not only feels right or you think it's going to be right, it has to feel in balance for you to make that choice, because you'll notice these are slightly longer than these. So it feels that there's an imbalance going on. And it could well be that your life is feeling out of balance because of this decision, this crossroads. The number 5 will also be important because obviously there's 5 candles. So just to be aware of the number 5. The next energy I received was this sort of almost crashing wave, this huge big surge of energy in this wave. And you'll notice all this kind of sea foam all around the edge here. And I feel this energy, it feels that this is much more about the momentum of life, and it feels that you are being carried along on this wave. And for some of you, this is going to feel really exhilarating, because I've got the image of, surfers riding that wave. So it's going to feel exciting and adventurous. But for some of you, it's going to feel really daunting and really scary. And I have this energy of, when a wave comes in and it pulls all the water off the beach as it sucks the energy into the wave, it feels that you're going to feel this pool of energy either towards something, or you are going to be retreating from something. So this energy is just going to be sucking you back in and sucking you away. And I say either towards or away, because if you think about it, the water gets pulled away from the beach and into the wave to then go onto the beach. So it's almost, for some of you, it'll feel like you're pulling away from something. And for others of you, it'll feel like you're crashing towards something. This also feels, although there is a lot of kind of sea foam here, it doesn't feel intimidating or like a negative energy. It just feels that for those of you who are not excited by this and who are not feeling, a sense of adventure about this energy and where you're going, it's a sort of anticipation. And it's almost like, I want you just to let go and just allow yourself to be carried along with this energy. And if you just allow yourself to be carried along, then you're going to safely land on shore. The next energy that I received was an image of a sheep. Now you can maybe just see that and no more, because obviously it's white chalk on white paper. And I had this image of this sheep in amongst the flock. So I feel that some of you are needing to break away from the flock. And if you think about sheep, they all kind of flock together, stay together, and all follow one another. And, there's that expression that you're just a sheep as you follow what everyone else is doing. You're going to feel, and it could well be that it's associated with this energy. I always feel that the energies kind of follow one another. That there's going to need for this to break away from the flock and just to do your own thing and to trust that you're going to be safe when you leave the flock. And it's going to feel, and again, I'm getting this energy, I'm getting pulled back to this. This is going to feel like a real pull for some of you. And because there's safety in the flock, there's safety in numbers, there's safety being the same. But some of you have been bored, stagnant, and it's now time to shake things up and actually just step out on your own. And this could be from a business point of view. This should just be from a group of people that you've been connected with. It could be to do with where you live, your work. It just feels that it's time to go out on your own. The next energy that I received in the sort of general energies for the 15th through the 21st of July was this mountain in the distance. And you'll notice it's got a sort of snow cap. And then there's this orange line here. Sorry, that's over my face. Now, the first energy that kind of came in, it felt like it was a mountain in Japan. So I'm telling you that because that might make sense to some of you. But it was that mountain in the distance rather than being in amongst a mountain range. It was just a solitary mountain in the distance. And it feels that some of you will feel quite isolated or do feel quite isolated. And there's something bubbling under the surface. I then, after I drew this image, I then had this sort of sense of a volcano, an eruption. And then I was called to draw this orange energy here. And you'll notice there's nothing connecting this sort of lava, as it were, to the top of the mountain. But it almost feels that something is bubbling under the surface, and it is, if you don't pay attention to it, you don't honor what the rumblings are, if you don't honor that energy, you're going to erupt. And that feels quite challenging. So I want to say with this energy, it's about, because to me, Japan is the energy, and just as I'm tuning into this, of sort of serenity and, that sort of beautiful calming music and sort of the sort of pure nature, clean living, just this really sort of calm place. Now, I know it's not, but this is the energy that's coming through. It has certainly got that aspect to it. And this is the energy that I'm feeling with this mountain and this kind of snow-capped peak. And I almost feel that there's this undercurrent within you that has been there. And I feel this week, if it's not something that you are aware of, you are going to be made aware of it this week. And I want to say to you that it's something that you have to pay attention to. And you have to give it a voice and you have to understand what it is. I'm being drawn back to the book. It's really studying your life story, understanding who you are on every level, what makes you tick, what your desires are, what you need to do to achieve in this lifetime to make you feel part of life, part of the world. So just to honor that, I keep getting drawn back to this, and it feels, and again, I'm having a brain freeze, but I know you guys will pop it into the comments, which is brilliant. It's, the big book of life. I can't remember what it's called. And you can get this done as a reading. Oh my gosh, it'll come. It may or may not come back to me. This is what this feels like. It feels that this is the energy of everything, like all of everything, all of life, all of the universe, all of our stories, all connected, this huge big book in this massive sort of universal energetic library. I feel that it would be worthwhile, and because I can't bring it into mind just now, I'm going to put it into the comments. I will Google it afterwards because it's on the tip of my tongue and it's just not coming through. And that may well be because there's a bit of resistance around that energy and a bit of resistance that you're feeling to really deep diving into your life. I think it starts with an A. It may or may not come through, but anyway, I'll put it into the comments. It feels that if some of you feel called to explore that or have a reading to help you access that energy, it's really going to help you. So these are the sort of general energies for the 15th until the 21st of July. And then what I wanted to do, just to see if this works for you and you like it or not, so make sure that you do put a wee thumbs up or any kind of comments below if you like this slight sort of addition to the reading. I wanted to do the general energies and then look at, again, these are general energies, but one's around love, one's around money, career, and finance. And then I just put it out to the universe. Is there anything specific that we need to know this week in addition to what's already been shared? So the image that came through when I tuned in to find out what was happening with the energies of love was this beautiful butterfly with such vibrant colors. And I feel that in the energies of love, now this could be either whether you're in a relationship or you're looking for a relationship, I feel there's a big transformation happening this week. And it's a beautiful transformation. So that could well be that there's a shift in the energy and the dynamic in your current relationship. But it could also be that the energies are just transforming for you. And it feels that I'm getting sort of drawn to this image of the butterfly effect. So the more we are aware of our actions and what we put out there and what we say and what we think, it has this huge big ripple effect across the universe. So this is just a timely reminder that how we act, how we think, and what we say to each other and to ourselves has this huge effect on the energies in and around our love and what we are calling into us. I also feel that this is a lot lighter energy than has been for quite some time around the notion and the idea of love. So if you're in a relationship and things have been a bit tricky or a bit stagnant, or you're just kind of going with the flow and nothing sort of exciting's happening and it's just all a bit meh, it feels that there's going to be a bit of a shift this week. There's going to be a wee bit more lightness. It's going to be a bit more playful. There's going to be a bit more flirty. You know, I'm just seeing this sort of butterfly wings flirting. And this will be relevant as well if you are single, where you just need to be a wee bit more playful and a bit more flirty and just, you know, put yourself out there. This, you know, this butterfly is big and bold. You know, it is in all its technicolor glory. And I feel that if you are looking for love and have not attracted to you a mate, I feel that it could be because you're not really shining all of yourself. You're not stepping into the beautiful glory that you are. And if you can feel brave and bold enough to just own who you are and just spread your wings and just show everyone all your true colors, then you're going to start to see this transformation and you're going to start to draw to you love. The next energy that I received when I tuned into money, career, finance is I saw this image of a person, you, pushing this huge big boulder up this hill. And it felt very much that it has felt an uphill struggle. And I feel that, you know, you'll notice this person, you know, is nearly at the top of the hill. You've come quite far. So you're just almost at the end of the journey. So it feels that if money and career and finances and that whole energy has felt like an uphill struggle recently, just hang in there. You've got the strength. You're nearly at the top of the mountain. And it feels that once you're up there, you're going to find a bit more ease. You know, this boulder is just going to find its place, its resting place. And then you will be able to look at all your hard work from the top of the hill and actually celebrate all of the hard work that it's taken for you to get there. But it just feels you've got to hang in that wee bit longer in terms of putting in the work, putting in the legwork, and using, it almost feels that there's that sort of masculine and divine energy. And it feels that this is very much more around the sort of masculine energy of action. You know, you'll notice the colors, the browns are very earthy for me. So this is really about grounding and digging deep and putting in the labor and putting in the hard work, but it's not going to be for that much longer. And then you're going to be at the top of that hill, and you're just going to be able to rest, ease in, and just enjoy the fruits of your labor is what's coming through. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. There's a huge sense of satisfaction as well. You know, if you ever do any hill walking, you know, there's a huge sense of satisfaction and achievement when you get to the top of the hill. And in actual fact, you put, certainly in Scotland, you put a stone on top of what's called a cairn. So there's this sort of pile of stones that everybody that's walked up puts a stone on top of. And it's this kind of acknowledgement of the work that you've done and the achievement that you've put in. And I feel that this energy is very much wrapped into this symbol that came through for money, career, and finance. And then the other energy that came through, excuse me, I'm just going to take a wee drink of water. You'll notice I'm in a different space. I'm actually up in my art studio. And I can't find my usual pastel crayons. So I'm using pastels rather than crayon and I think the dust is kind of in the air. So anyway, the final message that I got from Spirit about what you need to know this week, and it came through: loosen your grip for the ride of your life. Loosen your grip for the ride of your life. And this definitely feels that some of you are playing it safe, and it's time to just let go. So if you feel that there's this call for something more, something bigger, something better, something different, if life just feels stagnant, it feels that you've got to loosen your grip and not know where you're going, and just almost, it's kind of like a Jesus take the wheel moment. You're just like handing everything over, and That's going to feel a wee bit scary. It's going to feel a bit intimidating. Also tied in with this energy, this huge big wave. But actually, if you are the type of person who just feels that life hasn't been very exciting, there hasn't been a lot of adventure recently, it feels that you are on the cusp of something exciting, something new, something bold, and just an adventure, because we are here to enjoy life and to have thrills, not all the time, but it feels that there's definitely this energy if you can loosen the grip and allow yourself to just gently feel a wee bit more unstable and a wee bit, oh, okay, this isn't quite comfortable, just out your comfort zone that wee bit more, and you just allow yourself to go with that energy, you're going to have an absolute ball. So there you have the energies that have come through on this intuitive energy art reading for the week of the 15th till the 21st of July. If you're still here, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel, so I would love if you could hit the subscribe button and also like, share, and comment. I love reading your comments and replying to them. And of course, if there's anybody you feel would benefit from this or would love to watch this, then I would be very grateful if you could let them know or send the link to this video. So wishing you a great week, and I will see you next Saturday.